sir. You are taller one. You are taller one, isn't it? It's my compulsion to ask you to move back. Mr. Shakti Kumar. Sir, Shaktiman. His name is Shaktiman. Yes, yes. Shaktiman from 1 p.m. batch. Yes. Well now, dear submissive associates, before I continue my extempore, your preceptor Dr. Ashif Anwar is not going to deliver any sort of persuasive or eloquent speech when he goes. Because your preceptor always believes in extempore by using some sort of euphemistic words. Now, being your rhetoric or orator, on this pious occasion of Teachers' Day, your preceptor is not going to take ample of time. Rather, I would like to sum up my extempore in a very short span of time. The reason the students of 1 p.m. batch congregated at 8:30 a.m. today morning, they took ample of time. They have taken more than 2 hours, isn't it? So now, no problem. I did not mind of that. But I would like to suggest all of you to be practical. Teachers' Day has been celebrated, is being celebrated. I am so happy and glad that you have emotion and feelings in your heart for your teacher. That causes me to be happy. But I would like to suggest you to the students of 6:30 a.m. batch also. They agreed to my proposal to take half an hour to sum up their program. Because in your batch, spoken training is on. Your fourth trial competition is likely to be organized on coming Monday. So that is why you all are expected not to take ample of time. So now, the students on this pious occasion, I would like to suggest you all to pay attention towards extempore. The student, why Teachers' Day is celebrated, and if it is elaborated, it will nothing but a wastage of time. If I begin to explain that Teachers' Day is celebrated in the memory of Sarvepalli Dr. Radhakrishnan, whose photo is hanging over there. He was a great personality in the history of India, and who does not know about Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, that in the beginning he was simply a primary teacher. Imagine that. Imagine that he is a man of inspiration also. You are to be inspired by this great personality, by Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, and how we are to be inspired when you will come to know the natural history of that great personality. You will be amazed to know. Probably it might be knowing to you, but I don't know. But in nutshell, being a teacher on this pious occasion is very important to aware you, to acquaint you, natural story, a history of that great personality, that what you will tell you. Because when we come to know about the history of the great personality, youngsters are always motivated and inspired, such as that great personality also, Dr. Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam. He also sold magazine on footpath. So we are inspired by this great personality. So now I am discussing about that great personality, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Please don't shake your leg. So when youngsters come to know about the history of the great personality, by coming to know history of any particular great personality, we youngsters are inspired. So let the history of that great personality, Dr. Radhakrishnan, be known to you. Let the history of that great personality be known to you. Here I begin to inform you that that great personality started his career by simply a primary teacher. And later on, he was appointed as a professor. And later on, that great personality was appointed as a vice chancellor. Not only that, he achieved the pinnacle of success owing to his contention and exertion. So by coming to know with the help of contention and exertion, and if we are supposed to be honest towards our duty, if we are supposed to be diligent towards our duty, so definitely success is not a uphill task or any sort of arduous task. Not only he was appointed as a vice chancellor, don't you know that great personality became the first vice president of India also. Yes. He became the first vice president of India also. Not only that, that great personality later on became the president of India also. A simply great, a primary teacher could become the president of India. Can't you imagine that? Why not? So if that a person of a teacher of primary school could become the president of India, why can't you? Why can't you people? Don't you know? Students are the pillar of the country. Students are the pillar of India. You are the chirping birds of this garden. Yes. It's my word, I friend myself for you students. Students are the chirping birds of the garden in India. Because complete succession of this country India depends on the students. You are the president in future. You are an IS in future. You are the Prime Minister of India in future. So the future of this country depends you people. So not only you should get education, but also you all are expected to receive true education. True education. Why don't you understand the meaning of true education? True education. I am not using the word education. Once when, because if you have done MA, honors, PhD, but the meaning of education is not known to you, then what is the meaning of education? Lots of students, they are graduate, PG, PhD, but they do the activity like a savage person, like a thela puller, rickshaw puller. I always condemn, not only I condemn, but also it is condemned by the people in society. So that students are expected to receive true education. So dear students, I would like to suggest you on this pious occasion, may God, may omnipotent Ishwar Allah Bhagwan bestow you, shower you, assign you that sort of success that you all expect. Means may you achieve the pinnacle of success in all domain of life. This is my hearty blessings on this pious occasion. It's my blessing goes to all of you. But students, blessings are being bestowed and showered by the teacher, but you will have to decide that you all are being suggested to be a good human beings. You become a doctor, but for yourself. You become an IAS for yourself. You become an engineer, You do BTech, MTech for yourself, but what do you do for society? Society make districts, districts make states, states make country. So you are expected to be a good human beings. On this pious occasion, this teacher advises you, be doctor, engineer, IAS, no problem. But you achieve your goal for yourself, not for the country. That is your intention. Dear students, I would like to suggest you, and this speech was delivered by this personality, Dr.ashif Anwar, on that occasion in 2008, when I wrote a book of English literature. That particular time, I delivered, I inspired, I instructed my students in a huge crowd. This speech is available on YouTube, you can watch it. Dear students, don't you know what a heinous crime that max students of India they are doing? You will amaze and surprise. Sir is saying like this, a heinous crime that students of India are doing? Yes! You can record my voice. You can go for the video recording. You can go for the viral of my speech. Is it true? Is it true? Maximum, not I don't say all the students of India. I don't use this word. I am using the word maximum students of India. They are committing heinous crime. They are not the lover of India. You can record my voice. Yes. Sitting in this hall, max of you are not jingo of India. You can record my voice. I personally advise you. You can keep it in the video and then go for the viral, no problem. Maximum, including you also. Maximum students of India, they are not lover of India. They are spoiling India. How? I can prove only by one stance. And you all will be compelled to realize, sir, you have proved that the max of us students are not jingo of India. We don't have the feelings of jingoism also. It's true. How I can prove? I just pointed out that the maximum students of India, they are not lover of India. They are not lover of India. Here I am using the word not all, but the maximum students of India, they are not lover of India. How? I can prove. They are not Deshbhakt. They are Gaddar of India. Yes, in Hindi I am using the word. You can keep it in your mobile, no problem. One who will come to know my speech, they will go for salute. Before I point out my points to prove that maximum students of India, they are not lover of India. They are not jingo of a nation India. How? I can give you, but not taking ample of time. Within 5 minutes, I will have to sum up my speech. Dear students, I have drawn the picture of maximum students of India. See what picture I have drawn. I am producing the picture. See, when an aspirant of UPSC, I start from UPSC. Example from UPSC. When a student who is preparing for UPSC to become an IAS, he sits on a chair and keeping a book on the table, he starts going through the books to become an IAS. He has not become an IAS yet. He is only preparing to become an IAS. Don't you know what thoughts he develops in his mind when he is preparing, he has not become an IAS yet. He is only preparing to become an IAS. Don't you know? Maximum students, while they prepare to become an IAS, don't you know what negative thinking he developed in his mind? He is preparing to be an IAS, and he starts keeping negative thinking maximum. You just can't refuse. You can't deny. It has been proved in practical life. He is only preparing to become an IAS. What negative thinking he develops in his mind? He is preparing to become an IAS, holding book in his hand, and negative thinking he develops in his mind. What negative thinking he develops? He starts thinking in his mind, when I will become an IAS, I will purchase minimum 20 flats. I will purchase minimum 20 cars. I will keep minimum 20 crores in the bank balance. Can any Indian student, not all but maximum, in sitting before me right now, can max, not all, even among you, not all, can you refuse that the maximum of you don't develop this negative thinking? Yes, you develop. Not only you develop this negative thinking, but also after becoming an IAS, you commit heinous crime. You go for the scam. You do it. You take bribe. You do nothing for the poor Indians. Yes, after becoming an IAS, on which ground do you say that you are an Indian? You are lover of India? Tell me. Let my question be answered. On which ground do you say like this? You have no ground to say like this. That you are an IAS, that you are Indian. No. Not only you develop your negative thinking, but also in practical life you are doing like this. So dear students, on this pious occasion, you are the pillars of this country. You are the future of India. On this pious occasion, all Indian students are being suggested by Dr. Ashif Anwar to change their thought, to change their mentality. Yes. Once you change your thought, mentality or attitude and convert into positive thinking, and if you are found doing in practical life for the poor Indians, then that particular day will be the day of my happiness. Dear Indian students, on this pious occasion, your preceptor Dr. Ashif Anwar has advised you, or you all have been advised to change your thoughts, to change your mentality. Let your negative thinking be changed into positive thinking immediately. India is waiting for your thoughts. India is not waiting for your service. India is first waiting for your positive thoughts. Once your thought changes, you will be serving for India. Why don't you think? An incident that I would like to point out within 30 seconds. That great personality once, when he was Vice Chancellor, it was 1:15 p.m. He was taking meal. He was Vice Chancellor. He was taking meal in his balcony, sitting on a chair. In between, a beggar came to him. And that beggar begged him and told him that beggar had been hungry for 3 consecutive days. That beggar also added and begged him that if he wasn't given meal, he would die. Don't you know? when that beggar begged him to give him bread, he stopped taking meal, stood up, went to the beggar, he offered him his own thali. Whose vice chancellor would do like this in present scenario? Whose vice chancellor is doing in present scenario? Tell me. Maximum doctors are selling kidneys. Are you Indian? Maximum engineers, when they get bridges or building constructed, building collapse. Maximum teacher and professor are professional. Yes, I accept it. Maximum teacher, professor, they are trying to exploit the life and career of the student. Are they Indian? No. Those doctors who are selling kidneys, are they Indian? No. You are not Indian. You are trying to go for the scam. Buildings, bridges are being constructed by using duplicate materials, and you are killing the life of the Indians. Are you true Indians? No. How can you say that you are Indian? How can you say that you are Jingo of the India? No, I don't think so. Doctors, engineers, professors, scientists are suggested to change their thought. Otherwise, you are not serving India. On this pious occasion, I would like to suggest you all, be positive, keep positive thinking for India. That India at present is a developing country, not developed country. Behind this, according to this scholar, behind this misery, only and only these professions are responsible. Yes. And if doctor, engineer, professor, scientist, and if they do their duty honestly, only honestly, yes. If you do your duty honestly, that day I will be compelled to realize that you are serving India. But it will take ample of time. Can you give me in black and white? The doctors won't sell you kidney? Never. You can't give me black and white. Poor patient going to the doctor. Doctor prescribe unnecessary examination and test. Stool test, blood X-ray test. Unnecessary. They are taking commission. Yes. Are they Indian? No. They are not Indian. Maximum 99% teacher taking fees 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. But they are not teaching with devotion. Are they Indian? No. They are killing India. How do you say that you are Indian? I am sorry. Hello Indian. Change it out. Yes. You are the future of this nation. So time doesn't allow me to go for the linguist speech. Now these words I would like to sum up my speech. Thank you. Thank you.